Hello, my name is Abu Enoch Amachundi. This is my first video on this channel, Cyber Cathedral. I will be walking you through on how to navigate between Linux terminal, Python console, and the help utility. I'm using a Windows operating system, which is running a Windows subsystem for Linux, which is also an alternative for me installing a virtualization program like VirtualBox. So once you open your terminal, I'm also running Ubuntu, which is the default distro for the Windows subsystem for Linux. You'll be presented with an interface like this. And here I have a prompt here with a dollar sign, which means I'm currently on the Linux terminal. And as a standard user, if I want to switch to a root user, all I need to do is to type sudo su enter. Now, prior to this time, I have already provided a password for this. But if you're opening it up for the first time, it will require a password before it will grant you access as a root user. So my prompt has changed from a dollar sign to a hash symbol here. So it means currently I'm not longer a standard user, but rather a root user. And if I want to exit back to the standard user, which is always recommended, except for a particular purpose, you know why you would like to run some command as a root user, I will type exit and I'm back to my standard user. All right. So here we have some command that are recognized on this Linux terminal, like clear. The screen is clear. I can also list files and directory using this command. All right. I can clear the screen. I can check if I have a Python version 3 installed on this system. So these are common commands that are recognized by the Linux terminal. All right, but just in case you do not have Python installed, of course, you won't be able to switch to what I'm about to show, which is the Python console. You may have to install Python on your system, and you can do that by this command. Let's clear the screen first by typing sudo apt install python 3. But for whatsoever reason you may want to install Python 2, just erase the 3, put the 2, press the enter keyboard, and the installation process will start. But I will not want to repeat the same process again. So after the installation, you could as well run the command sudo apt update, and you will have the update process also running. So that's just that. So from here, which is our Linux terminal or shell, and after our Python have been confirmed, Python 3 version, we are very sure that we have our Python installed. I'll clear the screen. We can now open our Python console by typing the command Python 3. If it is Python 2 that is running on your Windows subsystem for Linux, you could as well just type Python 2. But I'm having Python 3 version, so I'll go ahead. Now, I have the version here, Python 3.10.6, and now we have our prompt from a dollar sign to 3 greater than sign symbol. So this means we are now currently in our Python console. Here we can do some computation, write a little program as well. For example, 20 plus 3, we have 23. I can as well print my name, Abu Enoch, and I have it printed right here. But we have some command that we are recognized here on our Linux terminal that will not be recognized here that we are in our Python console. For example, I want to clear the screen. It says name error, clear is not defined. All right. Also, there are some things like this, the computation we have here, also this very particular statement in Python that we have here are recognized and valid here in our Python console, but they will not be valid in our Linux terminal here. So I would like us to navigate back to the Linux terminal or shell. And for you to do that, all you need to do on your Windows operating system, press Ctrl D or type the method quit. Now take note of the opening and the closing parentheses. If I remove it and I press on enter, I will have an error. It says use quit with open and close parentheses. So I'll type quit and I'm back to my Windows terminal or Windows shell here, right here. Now I can now say clear the screen. Here we go. The screen is clear. So for example, let's try 20 plus 3. It says command not found. Alright, I can say print Abu Enoch. It says syntax error. So this is why it is very important to know how to navigate between the Linux terminal, the Python interpreter, and the help utility, which I'm about to demonstrate. So I'll clear my screen. Of course, I'm still in the Linux terminal, so this is a valid command. The screen will be clear. Let's go back to our Python console, Python 3. It says type help, copyright, credit, or license for more information. Let's look at the copyright. You can type just copyright and it gives you all the information. You can as well write it as a method. It will work. The same thing, you can try credit and license. I would like to clear the screen. It won't work, of course, because we are not in the Linux terminal and this very particular command is not recognized in the Python console. If I click enter, it says name error. So I'll press Ctrl D. I'm back to my Linux terminal here. You can see I'll type my clear and the screen is clear. Let's go back to the console, Python 3. So I've demonstrated the computation 20 plus 3, printing of a statement or a name. I've demonstrated that. So I would like us to navigate to the help utility. So I'll type the command, actually a method. Now for you to navigate to the help utility, you need to type it exactly the way it is. If you remove the parentheses, it will not work. It says what? Type help like this as a method for interactive help, or help open parentheses and close parentheses with an argument of object, of which I'm going to show you that too. So all we need to do is to type help as a method, and here we are. Now take note of this. It says welcome to Python 3.10's help utility. So this is a help utility program that helps you to check some guide on how to use some Python keyword and also Python modules. For example, we are currently here now, the help utility. You can see the prompt has changed to help with a greater than symbol, and then we have our cursor blinking right here. So I can type modules, and it says please wait a moment while I gather a list of all available modules. And here we are with the list. All right, you may want to even look more further. For example, the module called underscore thread. So I'll type it right here, just like the previous one, underscore thread, enter, and it gives you information on the module called thread. Now I have a cursor blinking right here. It means we still have a lot of paragraph that we can view. Click on the enter on your keyboard to keep displaying. If you reach the last paragraph, the next enter key you press is going to opt out of the reading. But before reaching the last paragraph, if you wish to terminate the reading before that, you can just press the keyboard Q and you're out. Okay, so I would like to clear the screen, but of course right here the command will not be recognized, so I will just type quit. Now take note of this command right here. If I want to navigate back to the Linux terminal. I'll have to go through Python console and then to the Linux terminal. But on going back to Python console, if you type same quit as a method, it will not work. Let's try it. I'll press it. It says no Python documentation found for this very particular method. So what is accepted is just quit. Or you can as well press Ctrl D, which will work. So I'll click on enter. It says you are now leaving help for and returning to Python interpreter or Python console. And here we are with our Python console prompt here. I will as well go with quit, but this time around you have to use it as a method or press Ctrl D, and then we are back to our Linux terminal. So I will clear the screen and then go back to our help utility by passing through Python console, Python 3, and then help. Okay, so I can as well would like to check keyword like string. Just type the word, and here we are, just like the other module. Enter, or press on keyboard Q to opt out. So we can try. I use this, which is a keyword in Python, and it presents me with all of this information, which you can keep scrolling. If you want to end it, press your Q and you're out of it. I'll go back again to clear the screen. Go with my Python 3. Then we have help, and we're here again. So depending on how many keywords you know or modules, you can just type them here and then look up how to use that very particular keyword or module. So I would like us to navigate back to our Python console to seek for help, just like in the help utility. So I'm going to use quit, take note, not as a method, and here we are. But I would like us to have a clear screen again. So I'll go back to Python 3. I can also seek for help here too by using the command. Syntax is just slightly different. So I'll have help in double quotation or single quotation, and I'll have my string. Let's go with the module first. And it's about to generate the list of the modules for us. Here we are. You can as well go further to look at underscore thread. And here we are, just like in the help utility. Keep pressing enter or press letter Q, and we are out. Let me clear the screen again. Okay, so sorry, let's go back to our Python console. Here we are. So we can have our help, and then have underscore thread, and it gives us the same information just like in the help utility. I can press the keyboard Q and we will be out of that information. I can clear my screen once again, go back to Python 3. I can as well type help string, but this time around we can pass the object without any quotation and it's going to work. So I can keep pressing enter, and I will be viewing all the information available. I can also press the keyboard Q and I will be out of it. You can also try help keyword this. Okay, so what we'll do is we have to put it inside a parenthesis. Sorry, inside quotation we have the keyword this, and we have information on the keyword this. Press Q and we are out. Let me clear the screen. So this is how you can navigate between the Linux terminal, Python console, as well as the help utility.